So, lockdown. Here we are. It is now officially lockdown. Oh my goodness, what a strange world we live in. Welcome to Brown Car Guy Daily Update. Make sure you're subscribing. Because hey, you got nothing else to do, right? You're all stuck at home. Might as well catch up on my video content. So make sure, I think down there, if you're watching this on a desktop, there'll be a button. So hit that button or just hover over it, subscribe. And again, on the mobile, you just scroll up and you'll see the subscribe, hit the notification, and make sure that you get all of my content. So here we are then, lockdown in the UK, pretty much around the world actually, not just in the UK. And to be honest, you can't really blame the government, I mean, you looked at over the weekend, you saw people, this was admittedly the first time we had good weather. It's a beautiful day out there today, really. I can, right now from my window, I can actually see somebody running around in a shorts and a t-shirt. So there you go. Really, really nice. You can't, the weather's been miserable for the last few months. So people went out on the weekend. They went out to the parks. They went to tourist spots. They drove up to Snowdonia. It's just like, wow. I mean, okay, you on the one hand, you can go, all right, you can understand it. But on the other hand, you're like, guys, do you know there is this situation that we have? Do you know that there's this virus that you could be spreading? Is that a good idea? It's not a good idea. So it was kind of inevitable then that the government stepped in and basically clamped down and said, right, nobody go anywhere. And interestingly, in fact, it was just, yesterday, that all of this really, really happened and really came to bear. And it was yesterday that there was a press release put out by GEM Motoring Assist, GEM Motoring Assist, which I mentioned in my story that I put up on British Asia News yesterday about the impact of COVID-19 coronavirus on the car industry, and included this in there as well. Most of which was covered in my previous video that you can see, hashtag BCG Daily, but also this one wasn't. And so this was from GEM Motoring Assist. And they said, we are seriously concerned at the number of people choosing to ignore government advice by heading off on excursions, days out or holidays. This is a national emergency, not a national holiday. Quite right too. And one of the interesting things that they highlighted is, apart from the real, the obvious danger of spreading the disease, of being out there and being in touch with people and close to people in close proximity and actually, physically spreading the disease, I think another good point that they made was that, the potential for, unwelcomed additional pressure on the NHS. For example, they said that we heard one example where a motorcyclist lost control and crashed off the road on Sunday afternoon in Wales. This required an air ambulance transfer to a hospital already at full capacity, a trauma team, and significant police resources. To put this kind of additional strain on the NHS right now is beyond selfish, and I think that's a really good point. And that's the thing, because myself, even I was like saying that, I was going to think, I was thinking like any petrol head would now, that, hey, you know what? The roads are pretty quiet. Might be a good time to go out there and go for a drive. But, on the one hand, yeah, okay, maybe. But should something bad happen, God forbid, you might then end up putting extra, pressure on an already strained medical and rescue service. So maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe that is selfish. So you know what? Heed the government advice. Stay home, stay safe. What do they say here? Stay home, protect the NHS, and save lives. I think that's a pretty good way of looking at it. So where does that leave people like me? I'm a motoring journalist. And all my press cars that I had lined up, I had a bunch lined up for April and May, and most of them have been cancelled, if not all of them. That probably will happen. Don't worry, as I said before, actually, I do have a backlog of car reviews that I have to catch up with, both in video and written content, which will appear on British Asian News, browncarguy.com, and even motoroverload.com, and Asian Leader newspaper, which comes out in Manchester, right, for that as well. If that's going to come out. It's interesting, isn't it? Because one of the things that's happened is in the UAE, for example, is they've banned the physical distribution of newspapers. So newspapers can go ahead and still do stories online and stuff like that, but they haven't. It's not that they want to ban news or they want to lock down on it or anything like that. What it is that they don't want people touching this stuff, because newspapers change hands. Normally, statistically, you have between 3 and 5 people will read a single newspaper typically. So you can kind of see their point. So yeah, so I don't know if that's going to be coming out. I'll find out soon, I suppose. Anyway, that's my problem. So all of this stuff is happening. Where does that leave us? Like I said, car reviews I'm well stocked up on. Content I can keep coming out with. These videos I can still produce. A good idea actually right now if you guys get engaged and let me know what you would like to hear me talk about. Are there particular things that you want me to cover? Are there particular issues that you want me to address? Are there questions that you have? Is there stuff that I can talk about? I got a lot of stories to tell. Maybe I can cover that ground. Check out hashtag SS Memoirs, hashtag SS Memoirs on Instagram, and you'll see a lot of my old posts, and that might spark some ideas as to what you might want to see coming from me. You know, I'm sure you guys are all, I did a quiz the other day. That video is right here on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. So go back and have a look at it. It was turned into, I thought it was going to be about half an hour. I asked about 33 questions, and it pretty much extended to nearly an hour, if not quite the hour. And but it was a lot of fun, and so I might do that again. If I do that again, stay tuned to my Instagram, Facebook, facebook.com brown carguy, and Twitter as well. On Twitter I'm Shazad_Sheikh. If you go to browncarguy.com, or if you look at the top of my YouTube channel page, you can find links to my channels there. So subscribe to all of those, hashtag browncarguy. That's the easiest way to find me. And so you'll find alerts there. I might set it up so try and get more of you involved. But we had a lot of fun doing that. It was actually quite a laugh. Quite a few people got involved, and it was good fun. So I might do that again maybe in a few days. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what the response is. So lots to do, lots to keep up with. Obviously no going out and shooting cars and testing cars and driving cars right now, because despite the fact that actually the weather is the best it has been for a very, very long time, but we are kind of stuck indoors, and we're probably going to be watching a lot of Netflix and Prime, and of course YouTube, hopefully my stuff as well. Actually, if you go into my playlist on my channel, you'll find lots of stuff that I've done for Motoring Middle East, for Car Middle East, and the Big Jalebi and other stuff. So there's a lot of content on there. And somebody was saying, I saw a post the other day like, oh yeah, I'm lining up all these movies, and it was like Contagion and all. I'm like, why would you want to watch virus movies? That's like the worst thing. Why would you want to do that? You don't want to live in that. You're just going to worry yourself senseless. Don't do that. Put something bright and wonderful. I don't know. Compared to that, I don't know. Crime and Punishment. No, The Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. Avengers. What's the Avengers? No, not the one where everybody dies. No, don't watch that one. Where we lose half of the population. No, don't watch that one. No. Something else, something good. So, Endgame. Watch that one. Yeah. Watch the original Superman movie, 1978. Classic. Proper superhero movie, that one. Anyway, so lots to be getting on with. I will continue to put out as much of these as I can and other content, and hope to keep you guys involved. So keep following, hashtag Brown Car Guy. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're following. And yeah, let's stay in touch. Stay home, stay safe, look after yourself, keep washing those hands. All the best.